family? Day 23. Your boy is still in the game, going strong. But I ain't gonna lie, shit has not been all pretty. It has not been sunshine and rainbows. Um, but I got some 2 cents to give y'all. You feel me? So I figured I'd make a video today. Bro, the first thing I noticed, during this whole thing, because I'm still going through mental storms, I'm still like dealing with shit, whether it be external and the internal stuff. I mean, in reality, all we ever deal with is the internal, because it's just how we perceive everything around us. If we were all good on the inside, then everything around us would be irrelevant. So the first thing I noticed today, and I thought I had it, but I've been like really thinking about it, is you need a sense of purpose. You need to like yeah, I'm on this journey, and yeah, I'm running the business and doing all this stuff, but it's like we need our why. You feel me? Like, it's gonna get hard, it's gonna get tiring, you're gonna come through obstacles, and you just need a why. Why do you do what you do? Why do you talk to who you talk to? Why do you get up that early? Why do you eat that food? Why do you partake in that business? And even why you go to the gym? Why do you do everything you do? There has to be a reason underlying all of that. Because not only will it give you strength, but it'll give you the vision to oversee all the bullshit that you're gonna come across inevitably. You feel me? So, as for me, I had to come back to my purpose, because I lost it a long time ago. Like, I had built a clothing brand around the idea of becoming your strongest version. And man, along the way, life just smacked the shit out of me. It beat me down. And ultimately, I had to heed my own advice. I had to relearn everything, because I guess I never really knew. I'm young too, so but that's what I came to today. I came to the conclusion that, why I do everything I do, especially this journey that we're on with the Semen Retention, is to just become the strongest version of ourselves. In particular to me, just to become the strongest version of myself. It's not just about abstaining from lust. This shit goes so deep. I remember I used to go on long runs, like when I used to box back in the day. And I realized that when I would stop in the middle of my runs, it doesn't matter how long the distance was, but like if I would stop before I hit the finish line, and I would take a break and I would start walking, or I just, like I said, take a break, I realized that same habit that I had in the run, I would start to do that in my normal life. Whether it came to business, whether it came to relationships, or anything outside of, working out, I realized that same exact thing I did on the run, taking breaks, cutting corners, whatever, it would gravitate to somewhere else in my life. So it's important that you do everything with like integrity. You do it with all of you, and you go all the way. And like I said, to have a purpose why you do it. And don't quit, man, because you know what? Like, the devil is really going to provoke you. The wickedness all around us is really going to provoke you when you're right there. When you're that close to hitting greatness. When you're that close to hitting, another level, exceeding yourself. So don't be discouraged. Like, yeah, man, keep your fucking head up. And remember that too, like, the choices add up, bro. Like, your choices add up every single day. Like, there really is no day off. Like, all these little choices accumulate into something huge, which is either gonna move mountains in your life, or you're gonna stay stagnant and actually go backwards. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. And that is why it's up to you to see where in your life and in your persona you're ignorant to. Because your ignorance is usually associated with your weakest link. Which, the saying goes, you're only as strong as your weakest link. So you really need to make sure like you tidy up yourself, like in a way you're plugging all the holes in your boat. You have too many holes, you just leave them unattended, eventually your boat's gonna sink. And you need to keep attention on your faults, your weaknesses, where you're swaying from. I kind of want to share this book I read a long time ago. I go back to it every now and then. I actually like, it's a little old looking, but there's a part in there where it talks about persistence, and I wanted to kind of go through it with you guys. I underline everything. Like I'm crazy with everything, like a crackhead, whatever I do. So like, it talks about persistence being a state of mind, and just like how I told you guys, I failed twice, bro. I'm human, and it's like okay, it's like when you have your car stuck in a ditch, right? And you're going back and forth, you're swaying back and forth, and you finally get the momentum from the extreme end on the back. You finally get the momentum to come out. The most discouraging thing you can do is come to the end of the ditch and then fall back in, because you lose all your momentum. And not only that, but you lose like that mental push, that mental motivation to even want to keep doing it, But man, it's so important that when you're right in the tip of that ditch or on the top of it, that you just haul ass, that you slam on the gas pedal, man. Doesn't matter who's yelling for you, doesn't matter who's talking shit, doesn't matter who's holding you back or grabbing you on your shoulder trying to keep you back. You go. You gotta fucking go, bro. You don't have time to slow down. You like anybody that you need to help or you want to help out of your heart and soul, you'll spin around the block. You'll come back and you'll save them. You'll help them out. But while you're trying to get out, bro, you need to get out. You need to go. Because you will not help anybody by staying in the ditch, by staying in your rut, staying in that lower level mentality and vibration. You're not going to help anybody, bro. That's why they say too, like, fear is selfish. And it really is, because like, it's only you fearing the thing that you're scared to go over. On the other side of fear is the person you're meant to be. So let's talk about this thing. It talks about definiteness of purpose. What we just talked about, having a sense of purpose. You need to know why you're doing everything you're doing. You need to know what you want. Like, you need to spend time with yourself and really get to know yourself, and what drives you, what motivates you, what gets you up. And without that, you really have nothing, bro. It could be your family, it could be, I wouldn't say do anything material, but whatever gets you started, like something that's bigger than yourself at the end of the day. 2, you need a desire. Right back to what I just said. You need something to like what do you want out of it, Is it money? Do you just want to be secure? Do you want to be confident? Do you want to be brave? Do you want to master yourself? Maybe whatever. Number 3 is self-reliance. I think that's more of a muscle, kind of like this journey too. I think it's more of a muscle, like something you build over time. But I would say, man, like, start off slow with something like that. Like something as simple as like, making your bed in the morning, bro. Start to develop little habits to cultivate your willpower. Especially when in this day and age of social media and all these 30-second videos, 10-second shorts, all that stuff. It's just sapping away at our attention span and our energy. It's important that we can like stay by ourselves in solitude, meditate, and also like stick to one thing long enough to see it through. It's not even like sticking to one thing long enough to see it through, but it's sticking to a thought process too, especially when you're trying to come to the conclusion for something. Because if not, you're just thinking for no reason. You just run around in circles and you're right back in the loop before you know it. The fourth one here is definiteness of plans. Once you make your purpose, once you know why you want what you want and what you desire, you need to have some type of way you're gonna get there. Whether it be through the semen retention, whether it be through fasting, building your willpower up some way, going to the gym every day, whatever. Your soul already knows what to do. You don't need to ask anybody. You don't need to go on YouTube. You don't need to read a book. You need to seek within yourself exactly what the next step is. To spend time with yourself. The fifth one is cooperation, and what it means by that is that it's like cultivating your environment, cultivating your environment to fit the new version of you, the new reborn version of you, not the old person that you were playing, the character you're playing, but the new one. Start to find people with like-mindedness. Start to burn the bridge in a way too. Like, I'm not saying tell everyone your plans, but start to set expectations for yourself and let people know your expectations of yourself, so that way you can't fail. If you tell someone that you're gonna do something, it's that much more pressure on you, and pressure makes diamonds. So hold yourself accountable, do whatever you have to do, but burn the bridge, bro. We're not going back home. That place we were at was never home. We're going to greatness. We're going to glory. The sixth one is willpower. I think this goes back to the self-reliance. But again, man, it's something that you build. I remember when I used to smoke a lot, and I started breaking myself down slowly, man. I don't know if everyone else is like this too, but I hated smoking, and I did it so much to cope. I would go buy the stuff, and then come home, smoke, not even finish like the blunt, and I'll be like halfway through, and I'm throwing this shit away onto the ground, stomping on it, and I just paid for the whole thing. I would even throw the bag away too, bro, just for the very next day for me to go buy more. For me to be telling myself every single day, I don't know how many times I told myself probably a minimum 100 times, bro, that I was gonna quit, that today was my last day, or this was my last time. And every single time I did that, bro, I just broke myself down. I broke my willpower down. It's like you don't trust yourself. It's just like if you're talking to somebody else and they tell you they're gonna change, they tell you they're not gonna do this anymore, whatever it is. Next day, they're doing it again. You're gonna come into a point in time where you're just not even responding to them. Like, cool, sure, because you already know what to expect. So you need to slowly, incrementally build your willpower through little small habits, bro. You need something that you do every single day, no matter how you feel, no matter what happens, no matter who dies, no matter how sick you are. You need to do that one thing every single day. Just find something small and start to really cultivate that, bro. And the last one is habit. I mean, it all goes hand in hand, bro. It's like we make this real complex, but it's real simple. The habit part is just pretty much start to take inventory of yourself. You already know the habits that you do that lead up to the things that you don't want to do. So start to reverse engineer that and fill in the gaps, fill in the weak spaces that you have with something more powerful. with habits that will bring you up instead of push you down. You know, it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, only you know. For me, I knew my habits were hanging around the wrong people, having the wrong friends, man, and I had to cut them all off. I knew my habits were not chasing what I really wanted in life, not doing what I really wanted. Because I had a second business, a landscaping business, and I love what it does for people. Don't get me wrong, but I hated doing the work, bro. Like I hated. It was killing my soul, killing my spirit, and I stopped doing what I really love to do, which was real estate, for that. And it just killed me, man, slowly over time, you know, and along with the smoking and all this other stuff, yeah, it killed my willpower, I had like bad habits, and yeah, bro, I mean, and eventually I ended up, like, you know, eating a bunch of food, like bad food, processed shit, talking to women that didn't serve me, like, you know, the one thing about addiction that I noticed is that addiction is like a cancer. You'll get rid of it. You'll get rid of it in one area, but then it'll just slither itself into another area. Like maybe you might stop fapping, but maybe you'll start overeating. Maybe you'll start talking to women. Maybe you'll start playing too many games or something, video games, or doing something that doesn't serve you. At the end of the day, what I want you guys to remember is that it's never about the addiction of your choice. It's about the reason you do it. Me smoking wasn't the bad thing. The reason I smoked was the bad thing. You see what I mean? So it's really, you gotta take some time and go into solitude, and really like see why you do what you do. Maybe you have some trauma. Maybe you have some limiting beliefs in yourself. You know, and at the end of the day, bro, the best thing you can do is conquer yourself. Conquer yourself. And in that way, you're gonna help yourself. You're gonna help your family, your friends, your future family, your loved ones, everybody, bro. You're gonna help so many people you don't even like. You can't even fathom it right now. Just go into solitude. Delete social media, bro. Delete all the people that don't serve you. Start fasting. Like I truly believe, bro, you can heal anything. Listen to me. This is the most important thing to take away out of this whole video. I truly believe you can heal anything through fasting and through semen retention. Anything at all. Any disease, any problems in your life, any psychological problems, whatever, bro. But as soon as you start to take away, you start to see who you really are. You start to see what's true to you, what's true in this life, what's real and what's not. You start to see things for what they are. But it's really about stepping into that storm, bro. It's about stepping into that storm. Because what's 1,000 pounds for me might be lightweight for you. What's lightweight for you, or what's 1,000 pounds for you, I mean, might be lightweight for me. And in that way, we're all equal. We all have the same amount of burdens, or the same weight of burdens onto us. Might have different scenarios and circumstances, but the same exact way, bro. Same exact way. So keep your fucking head up, keep the faith, and keep on the purpose, bro. Keep on the mission. Don't falter. Don't be scared to sit in isolation, bro. And yeah, like, It's all about using your mind. Critical thinking. I don't want to make this video too long, but yeah, don't lose your mind, bro, because once you lose it, you never get it back. So stay strong. Love y'all.